Tape marker, your place or mine review, guys. Get into action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan Diacon, Ryan680.
I'm Angela Kelly.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, for hitting that press play button. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. And let's get right to it. Angela, what are we reviewing today?
So we're reviewing another Netflix movie, Your Place or Mine.
Your Place or Mine, ladies and gentlemen, starring Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon, which are, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. These are really good choices here. But tells of a story where two long-distance best friends change each other's lives when she decides to pursue a lifelong dream, and he volunteers to keep an eye on her teenage son. So Your Place or Mine, I kind of feel like, the title of this, right? I assumed that it was going to be a little bit different take here, a little bit different than what I previously thought. Mm-hmm. And I was very skeptical about this. I was just like, wait, is this mean like, oh, is this more like my friend sleeping with your? I just thought it was a relationship from the get-go. But then we come to this realization, we get a little knockoff, we get of like, oh, this is definitely around that time period. I think we got a little knockoff of like the 2009.
Remember the 2003.
Oh, 2003. Yeah, I was just like, this is how you know. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was brilliant by the studio. I was just like, oh man, this is how you know flat hair and like
flat iron hair, yeah.
And all this
the
stuff.
trends back then, right?
Oh, it does. It brings it back to memories, and knowing where the point of their lives was very different, and I like that. This was definitely a movie to where it was a slow burner. A burner of a film, meaning that this film was really it was steady. For me, it was really steady. I expected... Our cat is, playing in the background right now, so, yeah. I expected... I really thought this was going to be way more romantic than I got out of this movie. I'll be honest here. I really thought, and I know you were like, oh, it's Your Place, Mine Place. Okay, I know you were like, oh, it's a rom-com. I don't like rom-coms or whatnot. Which, I'm a huge fan of rom-coms. I'm a huge fan of Ashton Kutcher. I'm a huge fan of Reese Witherspoon with the morning show that she's got going on and everything. And so I'm a huge fan. Reese Witherspoon, Walk the Line. I'm a huge fan of her casting choice in here. Now, Ashton, though, I was just like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Different time period, definitely. I kind of feel like he's brought a different type of acting skills into his persona, I would say,
Well, it's funny because first off, I agree with you. I absolutely love Reese Witherspoon. She'll always be Legally Blonde in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
I know she's done so many other things like Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
I know she's done
Show Me shows. Yeah.
So much other
morning show
work, but I cannot unsee Legally Blonde. That's her for me, and I love her.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ashton Kutcher. That 70s Show. I know he's done so much other work besides that. That's where I know him from. And I was really curious to see how they would be together in this film. I personally haven't seen a film with them together, so
me neither.
I love both of them separately. So I was like, how are they going to do it together? Mm-hmm. And what characters are they going to portray? What are they going to add to the characters? Yeah. And it's so funny when we mention Ashton Kutcher because he still plays like that irresponsible 40-something no kids kind of man, and he plays it so well. It's so funny, and he's still really funny. They're both really funny in their own special way. Mm-hmm. I feel like Ashton Kutcher still kind of is a little bit like Kelso, kind of awkward and goofy a little bit.
Yeah,
but mature because obviously he's grown up.
Yeah, obviously not, but it's definitely one of those situations to where I enjoyed this movie for what we got out of it. Now, is this the greatest movie of all time? Is this the greatest rom-com? I would say no. Politely no, but to each his own. This is good entertainment.
So cute.
Yeah,
it was a really cute film, and I think I know when we were talking off camera, you mentioned a lot of I can see why we would like it because
it's a different age.
It is a different age. It's not I know you mentioned it's not about being young and partying and clubbing. It's more about when you're older, still pursuing your dreams. Even though you're an adult, you have responsibilities. It's still not you just figure yourself out. Don't lose yourself, and I really like that.
It comes to the realization of just this is life, and I like this because I kind of feel like for my personal persona here, for my personal belief here, I kind of feel like sometimes we do feel like Debbie. Sometimes we do feel like Peter. Sometimes we do feel that we can't move on from our past or whatever the case may be, whether a trauma, whether it's a romance that I wish what could have been.
Or because we're so practical, we lose like the fun and things. We lose our dreams and our own wants. And...
Or the few of us could be Zen. It's a tech rich person, but I mean,
I wish the life, right?
I mean, Ashton Kutcher, he really brings a different perspective in here, and I kind of feel like that this whole movie itself, it grows on you. It really does. This movie really grows on you, moviegoers out there. Be sure this is gonna be on Netflix, and I guarantee you, this is definitely a Netflix of a film. We also did get Jesse Williams in here, and you mentioned I never seen him, so. Yeah, Grey's Anatomy.
I know he's done this stuff, but...
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah.
Dr. Jackson, he plays in Grey's Anatomy. He's in Cabin in the Woods. So, I mean, this is my first time actually, like, seeing him. And so, is he really good in Grey's Anatomy, or...
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. So, we get a little bit of that background here, and I like that, though. I like it. I really do. I'm digging this. When it comes to romance films, I'm very particular on the two leads, and I'm very particular on the supporting roles that they had for this whole cast here. I thought it was really good. It wasn't overbearing. I feel like this film really gave a justification to its own right. I mean, I feel like that this movie, I feel like we're gonna have a Peter out. Well, there's a Peter out there. I feel
like also it's a little bit more relatable because the supporting characters, which is her best friend, one of her girl best friends, and then her son, her teenage son. They're not like over the top, crazy, wild. Like I feel like a lot of like movies.
They try to stretch that a little bit.
Yeah, they try to stretch and give you insert like a party wild best friend. And I know we get people have that. That's great. Yeah. But I feel like because I wish I had that. Yeah. But I feel like the son is a little bit more like he has a lot of allergies and a lot of like health conditions, and he's very particular. They have to be very cautious. Well,
Debbie's
with what
just more responsible.
More responsible. And then like even like her best friend from the school that she works at, it's like a little bit more level-headed, down to earth, like not crazy and wild, but still wise. We all need that wise best friend. And so I really liked those characters. They were really cool, and I enjoyed all of the cast, to be honest, not just the two leads. As much as I love them, I feel like all the cast did very well.
Yeah, no, it really did. I enjoyed every single one of them. They have definitely brought their they definitely brought their acting chops into this movie. Even just a random Steve Zahn, well, it's just like, what the heck? Riding Cars Are Boys, I know him from. I really enjoyed Drew Barrymore in that movie, and because he's the dumb idiot husband that just impregnates her. And just Riding Cars Are Boys is if you have not seen that movie, guys, that's a true romantic kind of film. It's definitely a comedy. It's definitely a romantic story in its own right. I wouldn't say it's a full-on romance movie because it's not, but it's just life, and just life goes on. It's definitely one of those things to where it's very, very relatable. And I love when movies do this. I love when movies do this greatness of like, oh, I can be relatable. And even so, I think we watched an episode of The Orville, and it was about 30s, the 20s. And it was about
Captain Mercer wanting to date someone who's very, very young. A young version of Kelly.
Kelly, yeah.
And so she's in her 20s.
Very good perspective there. I thought that was really great.
I cannot get over the club scene. They go to a nightclub.
This is loud. This is what we thought was cool.
This
is so loud. Are you having a headache? And I just thought, I was like, when did we think this was cool? And it's definitely one of those. It's definitely one of those things to where this movie is just like that. It brings us to perspective because they talk about a lot. Oh, we did that in our 20s. We did that in our teens.
Which is funny also because in Reese Witherspoon, she befriends a millennial that she's never known, and that she is so funny. Like I absolutely love her. Yeah. She is great. Like I love her so much. And so I really got to say the cast did a spectacular job. Everyone was so great and so funny.
Definitely. I mean, I was very excited to see where this persona take. And again, it took a different step than I thought it was. It was a different approach to this movie. I didn't expect any of this that we got out of this film. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I really was. I was content. I was like, oh man, okay, it's not gonna go that route. It's gonna go a different route. I thought it was gonna be a lovable affair where both of them are together, but it wasn't that case whatsoever, guys. But yeah, put in comments down below. What did this movie meet your expectations? Was this the film that you thought it was, or was going to be, or were you just throwing a curveball like I was a little bit? But yeah, all right, guys. All right, was this a film that we deserved? Yes, I'm gonna say yes. Rating 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. When do you give this rating?
That's so hard because I would give it you don't have to agree with me, but I would give it a solid 8 because I really liked the cast. It was so cheesy. It was like a
that's really
typical.
High for you.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like rom-coms, and I wish like I don't know. I just I it's so hard because I feel like the cast did so great. The story was well done, even though it's the typical formula of a rom-com. It was still sweet and cute and adorable, and I really like, the way it ended, wrapped up, the overall message takeaway, and I think it was a very well done piece. You don't have to agree with me, but I think it's a solid 8.
I'm not gonna agree with you, by the way. I'm going to give it a solid 6. I'll give it a solid 6. I enjoyed this movie, but not too. I didn't love it.
I loved it.
If it's an 8,
I loved it.
That's the thing. When it starts becoming a 7.5, maybe even a 7 and above for my ratings, it's usually I have to love it. I have to reach that realm, and I didn't reach that realm with this movie just yet. Maybe I need to rewatch it again. This movie runtime comes out to be an hour 49 minutes. I feel like that. I kind of felt it a little bit. A little bit, yeah. I kind of felt it a little bit. Not to say it's a bad thing. It just I kind of felt it just a tiny little bit. But I still enjoyed Reese Witherspoon's character. I enjoyed the awkward talks she would give.
And I would say
that was very different. I think you're a Debbie. Also.
I am a Debbie. And I would say both Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher have aged beautifully.
I want to look like Ashton Kutcher when I'm his age. I'm just saying. They look really
great.
Good.
Like their skin is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah. A-list. All right, guys. But the question is for you. What did you think of this movie, guys? Put in comments down below. What did you think of this film? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Or were you like, guys, you guys are totally wrong. This movie was boring and dull. Put in comments down below. But I know we talked about this off camera, but for my take here, again, I could be totally wrong, guys. Take this with a grain of salt. I feel like, because we're 30 and everything, I feel like if you're in your late 20s or 30s or even late 30s or 40s or 50s, I kind of feel like you're going to enjoy this way more than someone in their early 20s or mid 20s.
Teenagers.
I feel like 27 around up, 26. Again, I'm just giving my persona here. I kind of feel like that you're going to enjoy this movie way more, cherish it way more, because you're going to see yourself in these characters. You really are.
I think I am a Debbie.
Yeah, you are. You really are. And I love that. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. But we do recommend this movie, guys. This will be on Netflix. But yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. You can call me Ryan680.
Amanda, that cat lady Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Stay safe, San Antonio. Catch you later. Peace.